All right, we got that time Spider-Man soloed the Stinger 6 while sleeping. Let's check this out, bro. I gotta refresh my memory because it's been so long since I've been watching any like Spider-Man stuff, bro. I used to like it too. I mean, I still like Spider-Man, but man, it just, bro. Oh, let's go.
Always been OD. Just look at how he was doing Sandman when he got that in Spider-Man 3. Look how he was talking to his dying friend in Spider-Man 2.
That suit is changing you.
This suit is the only reason I'm still alive.
Yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
Why don't you pop some more pills and say what you really feel?
Hey!
Ooh.
I'm just saying, man, hand me the symbiote and I'm not moving like that. But my man Electro got let out of prison, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm not letting this nigga out of prison, bro. Look at the tubes of electricity fluctuating still throughout his body. You're not going out to the broader public like that, big dog. He's talking to this doctor, and as soon as she leaves, that good boy act drops frame one. I mean, he switched up immediately. Got on the payphone and started talking to Doc Ock in prison, saying, yeah, I'm ready, I'm out. Like, bro, ain't.
But you just got out though. Why would you want to go back, try to get back in? I guess you want to get it in blood, bro. But like I said, I ain't saw the Spider-Man cartoon show now.
Been out in the public for 3 minutes and he already plotting. And then after Otto gets that call, he starts rallying up the rest of the Sinister Six. And Rhino, Sandman, Shocker, Vulture, and Otto get broken out of jail with the help of Electro and Hammerhead. As Hammerhead gives these boys their suits, Electro charges up Doc Ock so he can use his arms again. And Otto's like, alright, let's go jump that bitch ass nigga Spider-Man real quick. And the craziest part to me is they're doing all this just to box a 16-year-old. And they don't.
I mean, well, that 16-year-old do got that power though, so you know what I'm saying? But that is kind of, I mean, he got powers though, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Know it, bro, but imagine they beat Spider-Man, unmasked little bro, and found out bro was 16. Like, I wouldn't even feel good about beating him. It's a 16-year-old, but
I'm not gonna hold you. It's a cartoon now. Nah, if I take that mask out and really like, yo, bro, we gotta bury him. We gotta bury this guy, bro. We just got whooped by a 16-year-old, bro. We gotta bury this guy. ASAP, let's do it.
on the other hand, this 16-year-old has been forcefully removing my teeth from my mouth every time we fight. But at that point in time, after you figured out you've been getting your ass done in by a 16-year-old and it took you and 5 other grown-ass men just to beat him up, you should give up being a supervillain, bro. Go be a retail worker, man. Go rev up them fryers, man. That cashier job is calling for you, big man. But we switch to go see what Pete is doing, and he goes and tells Aunt May, hey man, go ahead, go to that play you was wanting to go to, as she dips up out of there. And then he pulls up on Eddie Brock, and bro is mad as hell at him for taking pictures of Spider-Man stealing the symbiote instead of calling the cops, as he dips off saying, you need something taken away from you, remember that later. But then we go see what Aunt May is doing, and her ass is getting ready to go to that play. But then 47 cop and SWAT cars pull it up, and I'm not gonna lie, if this is just a regular daily occurrence, y'all niggas just need to get out of New York, man, because this is crazy. You step out the house for 5 minutes and 14 cop and SWAT cars pull up on the street in front of you trying to shoot at Rhino?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
man, this New York shit is for the birds, man. I'm sorry, but the cops start blasting shots at Rhino. And it's
I mean, like, what them bullets supposed to do? He's Rhino, bro. Like, bulletproof.
nothing. And after like the first 4 niggas shoot at Rhino, hitting this nigga directly, and nothing happens, y'all should just dip up out of there, bro. Y'all just making him more mad. But Rhino smashes through the battalion of cop and SWAT cars. But Spidey swings in and he starts talking mess to Rhino just for this nigga to get snuck by the Sandman. And I mean, that punch sent little bro flying. And then Shocker, Vulture, Electro, and Doc Ock pulled up. Oh yeah, nah, Pete, it's looking terrible for you right now, dog. I'm not even gonna lie. But Aunt May and her friend are still out, so Pete escorts them into the theater just to get grabbed by the back of the head from Doc Ock's tentacle. This nigga Shocker says pull. Doc Ock tosses Spider-Man, and Shocker booms that nigga with his shockwave.
That tag team is nasty, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
6 niggas, 1 room, first time he was tossed. Over here treating this nigga like he a damn animal for sport. Electro tried to electrocute my goat, but he dodged out of the way just in time. Just for us to see Aunt May have a goddamn heart attack, bro, this is kinda crazy. But Rhino started running at Pete. He dodged out the way and swung off of these traffic lights just for Electro to try to boom Spidey in midair, but he dodged out the way. Pete tried to get up in the air, but Vulture just slashed that little bro's back as he lashed on the dude and tried to punch him in his backpack to destroy all of his flight gear like he did for their first fight, but it did not work. Bro just punched straight reinforced metal. I know that hand ringing. And Doc Ock grabs Pete from off of the Vulture, chunks his ass again just for Sandman to make a sandbag and hit the piss at a dog. I mean, bro hit a mean ass home run with that bat. I think Sandman is in the wrong profession. We need you on that field, Playboy. So Spider-Man's like, damn, they kind of beating my ass, bro. They putting it in my
Tag team, it's duo, man. That's nasty. Like a 6-on-1. That's crazy.
stomach, so he decides to go recover in the sewers. Bro realized he could not hang with the big boys, so he had to retreat in the sewers, and I'm not gonna lie, this might have been the smartest move I've seen Spider-Man make, because he went to the sewers and he rendered 3 out of the 6 members of the Sinister Six immobile. Electro could not go into the sewers and use his powers, or else he'd be cooking everybody. Sandman don't do well with water, and Rhino could not fit in them bitches. But then we switched to Flash Thompson P.O.
Oh, well, that's smart then. I'm gonna say now. I was just about to say now. Spider-Man's a fraud now. But yeah, that was a smart move. That was a smart move.
And remember when I said Flash said you need something taken away from you, Pete? He tries to take Mary Jane away from Pete by taking her on this date. And now that I'm really thinking about it, this nigga Flash Thompson is in college. That nigga Mary Jane probably the same age as Pete. That nigga's 16. Sir, you can't fuck that little ass dog, man. Get out of there. But my man Pete goes back home and he was about to go to bed until he gets a call from J. Jonah Jameson, and he thinks that bro is finna start yapping in his ear about Spider-Man losing to the Sinister Six and that Peter Parker needs to take his pictures. But nah, Jonah was finna call him about his aunt having a damn heart attack. But Pete didn't want to hear none of that, so he hung up the phone and went straight to sleep. But then we go see what the Sinister Six is doing, and they is all sitting down in this tore up ass restaurant eating food while the cops outside just watching. And this is the first time New York cops ever caught a W, bro, because they is just watching this and doing nothing, because they already couldn't do nothing to Rhino. Now they got 5 other superpowered ass niggas there. But the Sinister Six is talking about how to weed out Spider-Man. We might have ran bro away, but he is still alive. We is trying to cook little dude. So they decide to take hostages at this bank to weed Spider-Man out, because he's a superhero and he's gonna come save the day regardless. So then we switch to Peter Parker, and bro just got a radio call that the Sinister Six is taking hostages at this bank. And my nigga Peter is still asleep, but the symbiote's like, don't you even worry about it, I got you, twin. And the symbiote starts using Peter's body for their own sake as they pull up on the Sinister Six. And I'm not gonna lie, Sinister Six just hit the nastiest combo off on this nigga Pete, bro. Bro started swinging over to the bank. Vulture cut his webs, so Pete's ass fell on the ground perfectly in this little pile of sand.
But that's not Peter. Peter still asleep. So it's the whatchamacallit.
Just for Sandman to raise that nigga Pete up into the air, sling his ass at this building, just to toss his ass away for Electro to shoot this nigga in midair. But after Electro shot that nigga Pete, Rhino punched the piss out of dog, dropping his ass on this car, man. Shockwave then shot his shockwaves at Pete, launching this nigga into the air, but he caught himself on the traffic lights just for Doc Ock to pull up, grab bro by the leg, and just chunked his ass on the ground. So now all the Sinister Six,
that was a weak move,
pull up on Pete, string his ass up, and then Rhino's getting ready to impale Spider-Man because he done won a coin toss or something. And I think it's crazy y'all having coin tosses on who gets to kill a nigga, but you know, that's just me, I guess. Rhino starts charging at Pete, but the symbiote starts shooting webs out of his back. Whack that nigga Rhino and Otto in the eye, while Electro's eager ass pulls up like, I'll finish it, start zapping Pete, but he's zapping Otto too. And then they both get sent flying back. We then go see what Flash and MJ is doing, but bro is talking about Pete the whole time, and he's speeding on the highway, quite literally scaring the hoes with him. How you with a bitch, you talk about a whole nother nigga the whole time? But Flash parks the bike and Mary Jane gets
bro keep calling it, bro keep calling it. Messing up the name, fam.
off and basically tells Flash that Peter is better than him in every way.
Better than you, my shape up better, my car faster, my drip better, my clothes fit better, my hoes better, my tattoos better, I'm stronger than you, my bitch thicker than yours, my guns bigger than yours, nigga, my guns bigger than yours, I talk better than you, I hustle better, I can get $1 quicker than you, I talk better, I walk better, my shoes fit me better, I get paid more than you.
We go back to Pete and he's over here getting jumped out of his mind, man. Doc Ock is trying to boom him with his tentacle arms, but Pete is dodging each and every single one until he gets on the edge of this little bridge and Shocker shoots his shockwaves at bro. He dodges out the way by jumping off of this bridge while Ock has his tentacle come after Pete, but he kicks that bitch right out the way. Webs that nigga Ock on his way down too, and Sandman was right there with Pete.
Dang, Sandman was waving
when he jumped down and he was charging up this punch, but Pete just threw Ock at Sandman before he could even do anything. Electro gets a little pot shot off on Pete, but his ass Elden Ring rolls out the way, webs him and Shocker up, and slams both of their heads on the railing of this bridge. But Sandman was still behind Pete and he punched the piss out of dog. Sandman started running at Pete and Pete looked behind him. Vulture was right behind his ass. So there was only one way to go and that was up. But he timed it just right to have Vulture and Sandman run into each other, man. I'm not gonna lie, these grown-ass men falling for 16-year-old tactics is kind of crazy. But while Pete was up under the bridge, Rhino's me strong ass just pulled the ground up with Pete and chunks Pete into the air. And then this shit really just got me thinking, man, supervillains really just be in this shit for the money. And if you're this strong, you can do all these things, nigga, just play a sport. Like if this nigga Rhino got drafted to any football team in existence, they is not losing. Well, maybe except the Cowboys, man, because if he got drafted to the Cowboys, they still found a way to sell. But while being propelled into the air with this big ass slab of rock, Pete webs to the ledging of this bridge and slingshots this rock at Rhino. But bro just did a little cross block, tanking the whole thing. As Electro and Shocker start trying to mow Pete down with lightning and shockwaves, but he is dodging out of the way until he webs both their ankles and trips the piss out of them. But Rhino's ass is still there as he starts running at Pete just for bro to jump over him, get on top of his chest, web him in the face. Shocker and Electro get back up. They start trying to mow Pete down, but he goes behind Rhino as they start cooking that big ass nigga instead. I mean, completely fried his ass, man. Look at bro, mouth agape. So Electro and Shocker are like, damn. So anyways, I started blasting and kept blasting at Rhino to get to Pete. And then Shocker starts mowing Rhino down because Rhino fell back and Pete is holding his ass up. And Shocker told Electro to go around the corner and try to get Spidey. But once Electro gets there, Spidey just throws Rhino on top of Electro.
Bro can't even move. That crushing his whole ribs and stuff.
Mobilizing his ass. That's 2 out of the 6 gone. Shocker started putting that pressure on Spidey because he started to dip. He dropped Spidey down because he cut off his webs. So Spidey started running to the sewers, trying to get up out of there again. But Vulture's like, oh no, I'm not letting your bitch ass do that again. He tried to pull up on Dog, but Spidey blocked the attack with a grape. But Electro still got that nigga in his clutches. As Shocker tells Vulture to move, he was getting ready to boom Spider-Man, but as soon as Vulture moved, Spidey moved too, dodging out of the way of his shockwaves. And Spidey clung on to Vulture, ripped that nigga brain out, and whipped his ass up as he took off one of the little claws on his feet, going back to Shocker, dodging out of the way of his shockwaves. And then he throws Vulture's little talent thing at Shocker, embedding itself into his gauntlet just for Sandman to pull up, trying to hit Pete with this nasty ass right, but bro dodged out of the way, having Shocker shoot a hole through Sandman. And Pete is like, oh yeah, this free eats, pulls Shocker towards Sandman, and since his gauntlet is on the fritz, he starts frying the Sandman. As Pete pulled up on the Shocker, kicked the nigga in the chest and took off one of his gauntlets. Sandman started to get back up again, so Pete threw that gauntlet that's on the fritz at Sandman, making sure bro won't get up again. Just for the Shocker to pull up on Pete and hit him with a full power shockwave, knocking him down and Pete too. That's 5 out of the 6 gone. But with 5 out of the 6 of the Sinister 6 gone, it's just Otto left. And he picks up the scraps of Pete, grabs bro by the back of his head, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need Otto to stop picking up my son Pete by the back of the head. He grabbing bro by the back of the head like Otto was fucking a ball bitch, bro, chill out. But then
No,
Otto
what
brings
that?
this to attention. He says, I knew your ass was locked in when you didn't say a word. And I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to talk about this the whole video. This nigga Pete hasn't said a damn word this whole fight. That's like the scariest.
He was sleeping. Yeah, like you said, he was sleeping. He was sleeping the whole time. This whole fight. That thing tucked over his body.
Spider-Man you ever want to come across to. Bro is in the symbiote suit and he's not cracking jokes. Not only is he not cracking jokes, nigga just not talking. The Sinister Six fates was sealed as soon as I heard nary a peep come out this nigga Peter mouth. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'd rather fight Hulk than a quiet Spider-Man. But Otto starts walking Peter over to Rhino. I was like, yeah, I did promise Rhino he was gonna kill your ass, as he's getting ready to impale Pete on Rhino's big ass horn. But Electro is still going crazy. He's like, get this big ass nigga off of me, as he starts frying Otto with Pete too. But Otto gets up, he's like, you know what, Rhino, my fault, dog. I gotta boom Spider-Man right now today. He is pissing me off. So he starts trying to hit bro with his tentacles and he's dodging out of the way till he grabs onto bro by the leg and chunks his ass away. But this was the worst mistake Otto could have made, because as soon as bro got slung, he started swinging on his lamppost and drop kicked that nigga Otto in the chest. He picked bro up by the scruff, picked up his tentacle, and was getting ready to boom that nigga, but the police pulled up like, hey, chill bro, you ain't have to do all that. And Pete dips, man, ending the fight, man. 6 out of the 6 of the Sinister Six is cooked, bro. And oh baby, this nigga symbiote Spidey is a damn menace. Let me know if y'all want to see me cover other symbiote Spider-Man fights, because I definitely got that for y'all. But the moral of the story is, do not be like Eddie Brock. Don't be an 18, 19-year-old ass nigga macking on 15, 16-year-olds. That's weird, buddy. But with that being said, if you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and yeah, I'm up out of here. Bye.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The cartoon Spider-Man. God, I haven't watched that, bro. I haven't watched the Spider-Man cartoon, bro. But yeah, you already know. Link up in the description, all that good stuff, man. I might yet be sick.